नाम संकीर्तन की जय। कृष्ण की जगत की जय। श्री श्रीनिवास ठाकुर की जय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा तदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपां साग्रजातां सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीकृष्णाकान्तांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरि वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरविषे नमः। नमो ब्रह्मण्यदेवाय गोब्राह्मण्यहिताय च जगद्पिताय कृष्णाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। On behalf of Srila Prabhupada, Founder Acharya, I welcome all the devotees for today's Friday satsang. Thank you for coming. And today we will be discussing on a very important personality. We just celebrated his appearance week 2 days back, Srivas Pandit. So he is Bhakta Shiromani, and what we call Prahlad Maharaj also, but in Chaitanya Leela, one of the most foremost devotees who was very dear to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is Srivas Pandit. So we will be discussing on him. And the most important thing we need to understand from all what we listen today or study is how important a devotee is, a Vaishnava. So that's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's entire Leela is. He also came as a devotee. So let's stand first. You can repeat after me. पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तिशक्तिकं। So पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं. So this पंचतत्व which we see, who all are there? जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद. So who is the leader of this Gaur Bhakta Vrinda? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given this designation to Srivas. So Srivas is the leader of the entire Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. So who all after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all the acharyas and then Srila Prabhupada and all we were part of this Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. So our leader is Srivas Pandit. So we will be discussing on our leader today. So Panchatattva Krishna Bhakta Rupa. So Bhakta Rupa is who? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He came as devotee. Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam. Bhakta Swarup is Lord Nityananda. Bhakta Avatar. Who is he? Advaita Acharya, Mahavishnu or Sadashiv. Then Bhakta Rupa Swarup Bhakta Avatar Bhaktakyam. That is Srivas Pandit. And Bhakti Shakti, Bhakti Shaktikam, that is the internal potency of Lord, that is Gadadhar Pandit. And Kavi Purna, one of the devotee in God Deepika, God Deepika, that book, he has actually written who all these associates in Krishna Lila. So they are not ordinary people, they are actually have taken part in Krishna Lila and they have come now here as different. So Srivas Pandit, if anybody knows who is he? Yeah, Narad Muni. And he had 4 brothers. He was born to Gadadhar Pandit in a place called Sylhet in Bangladesh. So now it is Bangladesh, but before it was part of India only. It was called East Bengal. And what is part of India is called the West Bengal. So actually that entire Bengal was part of India. So we have 2 parikramas before Gaur Purnima. One is called the Navadip Mandal Parikrama, where the entire part where Mayapur, Ekchakra, all there. And there's another called as Gaur Mandal Parikrama. So in that all the other parts are covered. Even in Bangladesh, there are Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lot of associates like Narottam Das Thakur. These all were born in East Bengal, which is now part of what we call as Bangladesh. So Srinivas Thakur, he was born in Sylhet, which is in Bangladesh. And after some time, they moved from there and they came to Navadvip, Mayapur. And till now, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had not appeared yet. And when he appeared, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by that time, Srivas Thakur's age was 30 years. So he was like a fatherly figure for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And it is said that when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was born, okay, most of his time he spent in Srivas Angan, that is Srivas Thakur's house. Like how, like after Krishna was born, where he was born? Krishna? Yes, where? Mathura. Yeah, he was born in Mathura, right? Any doubts? But after he was born, where he came? Yeah. He was born in Mathura, but he spent his childhood pastime in Vrindavan. So similarly, Srinivas Thakur, though he was born to, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, though he was born to Jagannath Mishra and Sachi Mata, but most of his time he was in Srivas Thakur's place. So that is how he continued that parampara, born to one person but giving joy to somebody else. And it is said that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was born, he was very, very mischievous, very arrogant. Okay, he had still not started his pastimes. So he had become a very, very big scholar. That's the reason he was called Nimai Pandit. Pandit means who is a big scholar. And he used to only argue. He was very good in logic, grammar of Sanskrit. And he was totally, arguing with people, defeating them. And that's the reason most of the Vaishnavas would not like to go where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nimai Pandit would be there. So whenever like Gadadhar Pandit and all, when they saw Nimai coming from the opposite direction, they used to change their way. Because what he would do, he would catch hold of them and then tell them, okay, let us discuss. And what you discuss, Vyakaran, all this grammar, logic. First you would what you call defeat them and again prove that they were wrong and again prove that no, what they said was right. So this way you used to waste time. And Vaishnavas, what they do, we have very limited time, right? We do not know when is our last art of living. We do not know when is the last day. So we don't want to waste time in all this. Whatever time we have, what Prabhupada said, chant Hare Krishna. Avyartha kalalpam nama gane sadaruchi. So we don't waste your time. You should develop your taste for chanting the holy name. Nama gane sadaruchi. So once when Srivas Thakur was coming, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw him. This time Srivas Thakur happened to talk to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nimai Pandit. And Nimai Pandit started again his saying. He started arguing with him on logic, grammar. That time Srinivas Thakur told him, my dear Nimai, it is very nice that you are a big scholar. You know Sanskrit verses, you know to argue, you are very good in grammar. But what is the use? With all this knowledge you have, if you are not a devotee of Krishna, so it is useless. So it is a lesson for us also. We may be very learned in a materialistic way, but if that doesn't take us to Krishna, if it doesn't take us to the Sankirtan movement of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then it is all useless. So this is one lesson we should learn. So what Nimai Pandit said, he laughed and he said, my dear Srivas Thakur, if devotees like you, if you are merciful upon me, one day I will, whatever you desire, maybe I will become a devotee. So here another important principle is, bhakti can be bestowed only by the mercy of devotee. Now see, Nimai Pandit is none other than Supreme Lord. But it is said that even Lord, he doesn't have bhakti. He can award you everything. He can even, like Dhruva Maharaj, he gave him Dhruva Tara, the polar star, right? He gave him a planet. He can give you everything, but bhakti can be only given by Vaishnava. That's the reason we sing, no? Krishna se to mar, Krishna dite par, tumhara shakati aaje. Ami to kanga, Krishna Krishna boli, dharve tai paache paache. So even the Supreme Lord, because he wanted to taste what is bhakti, what is so great about bhakti, he has to come like a devotee. And only bhakti can be given by Vaishnavas. So this proves that Vaishnavas are even more powerful than the Lord, right? Because Krishna also has something which he has to borrow from devotees, or he cannot give to his devotees, and that is Krishna Prema, Krishna Bhakti. This is only available, it is property of Vaishnava. This bank balance only Vaishnavas have. So Nimai Pandit said, so one day by your mercy I will become a devotee. And this happened since it was a wish of everybody in Navadvip. They thought this Nimai Pandit is so smart, and they used to call him what, you know, Udbhat Shiromani. Means Shiromani, all mischievous thing, because he used to do all things in a mischievous way. So the topmost mischievous boy. So they used to think if Nimai, if he becomes a devotee, it will be the best thing. Because such a brilliant person, he knows everything. Only thing, he is not practicing bhakti. So if he becomes a devotee, that would be the most amazing thing in Navadvip. And that is how, that was the wish of everybody. Gadadhar Pandit, Advait Acharya, Srivas Thakur and all the Vaishnavas. They had just one wish. Hope Nimai Pandit becomes a devotee. So when so many Vaishnavas are praying, and it is the plan of the Lord. So one hope here we have is why Nimai Pandit did not act like a devotee from the beginning, so that we also have hope. How many people think they are devotees here? I mean, you all can claim, no problem. Right now, even Nimai Pandit from beginning he was not a devotee, but by the mercy of Srivas Thakur, he became a devotee. So we also have hope. One day when all of you keep praying that Surat Maharaj will one day become a devotee and give up his all this mischievous thing. And similarly, we pray for each other. There is hope that we will become devotee. So this is how Nimai Pandit is showing us. So don't lose hope. You just carry on your sadhana. By mercy of Vaishnavas, one day you all will become at least serious and sincere devotees. So as it was the wish of all the what you call Navadvip Vaishnavas, one day his father Jagannath Mishra, he passed away. So since he passed away, so we have to do Shraddha, right? So what he did, he went to Gaya. Who Nimai Pandit went to Gaya to do the Shraddha. And there he saw the lotus feet of Vishnu. And when he saw that, suddenly there was transformation. And when he came back from Gaya after doing the Shraddha, now Nimai Pandit was totally changed. He was not acting like before. Now what had happened? He was now just chanting Krishna's name and he was just in ecstasy. Like he was displaying the Ashta Sattvic Vikar. Romancha Kampa Ashrutanga Bhajo Vande Guru Shri Charanaramindar. Quivering of the body, when he used to chant, he suddenly used to roll down, suddenly used to fall down. So everybody said to Sachi Mata that your son is, there is some disease that he has infected and he had gone to Gaya, right? In Gaya we have heard there are a lot of ghosts. So I think one ghost has caught him. So better we show him to some tantric. So Sachi Mata was very sad because what had happened, she had two sons, Vishwarup and Vishwambar. So Nimai was Vishwambar. And what had happened, Vishwarup used to always go and associate with Srivas Thakur, listen to Bhagavatam. And doing so, he became so detached, he just left the home and he went. So she was like, already one of my son has left me, he's become totally Vairagi, and this my son, who I hope will take care of me in my old age, he is also now, people are saying, ghostly haunted, he is not able to, after he came from Gaya. So they were like, she was very upset. And many people said he has got some Vayu Rog. Vayu Rog means we have three kinds of air, right? So they said that air has become imbalanced, that the reason is acting like crazy. So Prabhupada also used to say, we think, the devotees think that materialistic people are crazy. And materialistic people think we are crazy. And Prabhupada asked, who is crazy? So Prabhupada said, we are right. Because they are crazy. So they said he's gone crazy. So she tried everything, but Nimai was totally, like he was now totally infected by Krishna Prem, Krishna Bhakti, and he was totally absorbed in Bhakti. And finally she called Srivas Thakur. And she said, please, everybody is saying my son is having some disease, so you please check and tell me what is the problem. And when Srivas Thakur, he is a pure devotee, so he can make out. And when he saw the symptoms of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that he was chanting Krishna's name, he was suddenly crying, suddenly falling down, suddenly going unconscious, he said, this is a disease that hope everybody gets in Navadvip. So she was like stunned. What do you mean? So he said, your son is now perfectly alright because he is being infected by Krishna Bhakti, Krishna Prem. So I hope I also get this disease. And when Nimai Pandit heard this, and most important thing which I forgot, at Gaya, who he met? Yeah, he met Ishwara Puri, his spiritual master. So when spiritual master blesses, when he gives his mercy, that is the time actually our actual process, our actual devotional life begins. So that is one important principle which I forgot to mention. So he met his spiritual master in Gaya, and that is where it all started. So for every one of us, it is very important that without a guru, we don't have hope. Okay, we can have hope only when we have a guru, because unless we are connected to the parampara, the chance of going back home to Godhead is it is impossible. So that's how we got the mercy of his guru Ishwara Puri, and that's how it all started. And that time, Nimai Pandit told Srivas Thakur, thank you very much, because if you had also said that I am infected by some ghost or anything, what would I have done? I would have actually tied a pot to my neck and I would have gone and drowned in Ganga. But now that we have clarified to my mother that what I am actually is, I am infected by Krishna Bhakti, thank you very much. Because he thought if even Srivas Thakur says that no, he has some problem, some mental problem or anything, then there is no hope, he thought. But what did Srivas Thakur? He clarified to Sachi Mata, don't worry, your son is perfectly alright. And hope everybody gets this kind of disease. How many people want to be infected? Jai. So don't feel embarrassed even if somebody thinks. Every time when we are with our Japamala, people think what is wrong with these people 24 hours. Are they trying to show off? No, we are not trying to show off. Like whatever time we have, we are trying to chant the name of the Lord. So after this, the Srivas Thakur's house became the residence of Sankirtan movement. So it is where it all started. So it is said that the way in Vrindavan there is Rasa Sthali where Lord Shri Krishna used to perform his Ras Leela pastime. Similarly, in the Chaitanya Leela, the Srivas Angan is the Ras Leela Sthali where Sankirtan movement was about to start. Until then, Srivas Thakur along with his brothers, they used to do the Hare Krishna chanting and all. But it was done in a very, what you call, only few people were doing it. But now it was supposed to be taken to the masses. So that is where it all started. And the first day when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu along with Srivas Thakur at Srivas Angan in the house, when it was started, it was a day of Ekadashi. So even here we had started in between every Ekadashi we used to have Kirtan. So it is said no Ekadashi, Bhakti Madhava Tithi, Bhakti Janani. So every Tithi like Janmashtami, Gaur Purnima, Nityanand Pradoshi, these are all called Madhava Tithi. Okay, it is a Tithi where we glorify the Lord. And on such Tithi when we do Kirtan, when we glorify the Lord, it gives birth to Bhakti. So Madhava Tithi, Bhakti Janani. So the Bhakti seed which is there, it gets sprouted. So there it all started. So every night, okay, early morning also, these four brothers, Srivas Thakur and his other three brothers, whole day they had just one business. They used to be at home and just chanting, reading Srimad Bhagavatam and nothing else. Nothing else they used to do. And at night, along with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they used to do whole night kirtan. So what happened when this started happening? Lot of people around, all these Brahmanas, all these atheists, okay, and who were not Vaishnavas, they started having problem. So they thought these people whole night we can hear so much noise in them. So either they are very hungry, they don't do any work. So out of hunger, they are not able to sleep. So they keep shouting Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Or else, and they thought these people they do all some illicit things. They must be having liquor. They must be eating all these. That's the reason they close the door and do all these things. So they are doing something nonsense. So we should stop this. Now actually what happened is when Brahmanas and all came to know that Srivas Thakur is now practicing bhakti along with Nimai Pandit and other close associates, they started becoming, what happened? Jealous. So out of jealousy they thought we have to stop this, otherwise these people will become very famous. They will attract the entire Navadvip crowd and nobody will respect us. So Brahmanas felt if these people become famous and if they take to bhakti, if they become Vaishnavas, then all our karma kandi activities nobody will ask us. So the Brahmanas and all these atheists, they thought we should stop this. And who they went and complained? Yeah, they went and complained the magistrate of that time Navadvip, Mayapur there was a person called Chand Kazi. So at that time it was all actually the rule of Mughals was there. And even today it is said in Bangladesh it is very very tough. The other caste of people, they are giving a tough time to the Vaishnavas. So the temples were there, you know in between what had happened. There were a lot of temples which were broken even in India, in Bengal. So what to do? It is Kali Yuga, we can't help. We can only pray to Krishna. So they went to Chand Kazi and they said that there is certain people who are doing all these nonsense activities in the name of bhakti. So they are behind the doors. Only few selected people whole night they do. They didn't say that they do kirtan. They said they drink, they eat meat, they get women, and they are doing all nonsense activities. So you please come and stop it. So Chand Kazi he came. And he told Srivas, he came with this person and he told Srivas that I am giving you a warning. Next time if I get any complaints, I will throw you out of Navadvip. So now Srivas Thakur got very scared. He said, because of me, this Sankirtan movement should not get affected. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu should not, what happens? What he has come to do, it should not be affected. So he was having fear. And we know who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Lord. So he could understand what was going on in Srivas Thakur's heart. So that day he went to Srivas's house and Srivas was actually on the altar doing his puja. And when he entered, he just started knocking the door very ferociously. And Srivas Thakur said, who is come, who is actually banging the door, and thought maybe this Chand Kazi has sent some soldiers. So when he went and opened, actually Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I mean Nimai Pandit had come, okay, and he had assumed the form of Narsimha. So he came as a Narsimha and he said, who are you worshipping? So he said, I am worshipping my Lord Vishnu. So he said, don't you know that I am Vishnu? So he goes in the altar, removes all the Shaligram Shila, and he only sits in the altar. And he tells Srivas, why are you getting afraid of this Chandagazi when I am there? Nobody can touch you or nobody can touch my mission because I am the Supreme Lord. And this is the first time actually Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed that he is the Supreme Lord. Because we know that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to never claim to be Lord. If anybody called him Vishnu, what he used to do? He used to he used to close both his ears. And he said, no, I am not Vishnu. But here, for the first time when he saw that Srivas Thakur is getting scared because of this Chand Kazi, so he showed that don't worry, I am there. Okay? And he assumed the form of Narsimha. And that is the time he gave mercy to his niece. So Srivas Thakur's elder brother, his daughter's name was Narayani. And Narayani was a very small. So he said, by my mercy, even a small girl like Narayani also can chant Krishna and she can cry out of love for Krishna. And you want to see, and that is when what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did. He kept his head on the head of Narayani. And what did Narayani started doing? She started chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And she fell asleep, right? When we are chanting, we fall asleep. That is a good medicine for us. But what happened to Narayani? She started crying. The tears of love for Krishna started flowing. And when Srivas Thakur saw this, he was not totally confident that even if Chand Kazi comes now, I don't have to fear because the Supreme Lord himself is there. Okay? It's not that they didn't know, but it is the Leela of the Lord. And now, the first time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Nimai Pandit showed Srivas Thakur that I am the Supreme Lord. So similarly, there used to be a lot of Abhishek. There were times when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to get, they used to do Abhishek of Nimai Pandit or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And there was one maid servant, and this Narayani, it is said, she was, Srivas Thakur's wife, her name was Malini. She happened to be, in Krishna Lila, she was, her name was Ambika in Krishna Lila, and she was maid servant of Yashoda Mai, and she used to breastfeed Krishna in Krishna Lila. Okay, so all the characters which we see in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Chaitanya Lila, they are not like ordinary people. They have, like, if you know, there is Hanumanji also in Chaitanya Lila. If anybody knows who he is, even Hanumanji who is sitting here right on top, who is giving us this opportunity to. He was Murari Gupta, the medical practitioner in Chaitanya Lila. He is none other than Hanumanji. And he was very much attached to Ram in Chaitanya Lila also. So Murari Gupta we see is Lord, he is Hanumanji. So this Narayani, Srivas Thakur's mother Malini is none other than Ambika, and this Narayani is the sister of Ambika in Krishna Lila. And later on she became the mother of Vrindavan Das Thakur, another Acharya in Chaitanya, who wrote this Chaitanya Bhagavat. If you see, we have three important books in. One is Chaitanya Charitamrita. It is written by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Then we have Chaitanya Bhagavat, which is written by Vrindavan Das Thakur. And third is Chaitanya Mangal, which is written by Lochan Das Thakur. So this Chaitanya Bhagavat was written by Vrindavan Das Thakur, whose mother is Narayani, who was blessed by Nimai Pandit or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So similarly, there was a maid servant, okay, of Srivas Thakur, and she was very sincere servant. So what she used to do, whenever there used to be Abhishek for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that time there was no tap, okay, so you have to bring water from the Ganges. She used to arrange all the Abhishek water for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So all the pots she used to arrange in such a beautiful way, and all the devotees used to do the Abhishek. So one day when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and saw that the pots are so beautifully arranged, he asked Srivas Thakur that who is doing this wonderful seva? And Srivas Thakur said, I have a maid servant, she does it. And he was said, wow, really? She does such a wonderful seva. What is her name? So wonder what her name was? Maid servant's name? Her name was Duki. What a name, right? Duki. So what used to happen in olden days, no? Like olden days, whenever child used to die at infancy level, like many used to give birth and immediately the child used to die. So that what they used to do, they used to give such names that at least this future child won't die. So they used to give name like Duki and all. So that भगवान तरस खा के इसको तो छोड़ देगा. नाम ही ऐसा है Duki. Got it? So that used to be their logic. That's the reason she was named Duki. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, how can such a devotee who is doing such wonderful seva can be named Duki? And he said, from today her name is Suki. So here we see that behind the scene lot of seva happens, Now I am sitting here and giving lecture. But for this to happen, there are so many devotees who are putting so much efforts. We don't even know. We just know that the program was very nice, kirtan was very nice, devotees dance, prasadam was very nice, and we hug each other and we go home. But there are so many devotees who are toiling hard to do all this. But one thing, through this incident, you come to know that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Lord, he is actually seeing everybody. कौन क्या कर रहा है, कौन सही में भक्ति कर रहा है और कौन नाटक कर रहा है. So he is seeing everybody. So please, if you are doing some seva and you are not being noticed, आज तक किसी ने आपको बोला भी नहीं कि प्रभु जी आपने कितना अच्छा सेवा किया. So don't worry. We might not notice because we are limited. I can only see so many people. पीछे क्या चल रहा है, I can't see, right? But Lord is there. He has His eyes everywhere. So anybody, even small, even just lifting this and folding this and keeping inside, this is also seva for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And if you are doing it sincerely, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is taking a note. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu awards, like if you see in Mahaprakash Leela, he awarded everybody. Kolave Sridhar, where he used to go and steal the bananas. Everybody he awarded. So just wait. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that time comes when he wants to award, he will award in such a way that you can't even, these two hands will be not enough to collect that mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So when he saw that Duki's service, he was so happy and he blessed her. And he told Srivas Thakur that nobody who is connected to you will be staying in this material world. Even the dogs, cats, even the small ants which are there in your vicinity, I will deliver everybody. Means Chaitanya Mahaprabhu loved Srivas Thakur so much. He loved Srivas Thakur so much. That's the reason he is called the leader of Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. So everybody who is connected to Srivas Thakur, he said, I will deliver. Everybody is dear to me. And Srivas Thakur actually proves through his activities why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu loved him so much. So one day what happened? There was kirtan going on. Okay? So there was kirtan going on in his house. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it was a very, very private affair. Only pure devotees were allowed to be part of that kirtan. No, it was not for mass people. Only people who were very pure devotees. So one day the kirtan was going on and suddenly Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, today I am not feeling that bhava, I am not actually enjoying this kirtan today. There is something which is happened which should not have happened. And Srivas Thakur said, no, Mahaprabhu, when you are there, Supreme Lord, all auspicious, how can there be something unauspicious to happen? But he said, Srivas, no, there is something which I am feeling. So, after that, he continued the kirtan dancing. And that time, Srivas Thakur, he went inside and he came to know that all his wife and other people are crying. So he went and asked his wife, why are you crying? So she said that her son, they had a son who had died. So he said, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is having kirtan inside and I don't want it to be disturbed. So you all better stop crying. If you don't stop crying, I will tie a pot to my neck and I will go and jump in the Ganges and give up my life. And then you all can cry. So we want them. So you all better, if you all want to cry also, you better lower the volume. हाँ जैसे हम लोग करते हैं ना वॉल्यूम लोअर. So you will cry if you want because yeah your son is dead, I understand, but you will cry in such a way that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not disturbed. So you can imagine the kind of what do you call sincerity and the dedication Srivas Thakur had, and he went back to where the kirtan was happening. And there again, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is again saying, Srivas, today something unusual has happened and I am actually not enjoying the kirtan. And he being the Supreme Lord, he came to know that his son had passed away. So and he said, Srivas, I know your son has passed away. And then what Srivas Thakur does, he takes him to where the son is lying down. And that time, by the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he again gets life and he wakes up. Okay, he wakes up just to show his parents that don't think that I am dead. Because if Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted, he could have revived. He revives him for some time, and that time he says that all my life I have been born here and suffering, but now by your mercy I am now going back to Godhead. He says this, okay, to his parents. He says, so don't worry, that don't cry that I am died. I am no more, because now I got the ultimate destination, that is the spiritual world, and I am going back. And he again lies down. So by this, the mother, everybody, they feel solaced that okay, my son, who we thought is my son, actually he's got the ultimate destination. And this time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually tells Srivas that you are such a wonderful devotee that despite your son having passed away, you are more concerned that my kirtan should not be stopped. So this actually shows that what should be our mood. Okay, what happens to us if some little problem comes in our life, we think maybe because I am now chanting too much of Krishna's name and I am avoided all these demigods, maybe this problem is come. So let me now keep Krishna for hold up for some time and go back to my karma kandi activities. So actually this is not the solution, because whatever problems that we get in life, it is as per our past karmas that we cannot avoid. But if you take to Krishna consciousness full seriousness, because it is said in Chaitanya Charitamrita, what was the greatness of all these four brothers? They were totally Krishna conscious. They were not at all demigod worshippers. They did not take to any Devi Devatas. Okay, so take it in the right spirit. Okay, you can, when you go to any Devi Devata, you can pray that please give me Krishna Bhakti. Don't ask for anything else. Dhanam Dehi, Putram Dehi, all this we have been getting for a long time and we have been suffering for a long time. So when you go to a demigod, they are also Vaishnavas. Okay, they are Vaishnavas. So if you pray to them and say that I have been suffering for a long time now, that I have come to know that Krishna is the ultimate, so you also help me in Krishna Bhakti. They will also will get happy. So you can go to a demigod to ask Krishna Bhakti and nothing else. Okay, so that is how we should be. For us, Krishna is the ultimate. Even if you have some problem, you can pray to Narsimha Dev. He is all Vigna Vinashak. You call Vigna Vinashak, Bhakti, Lakshmi Narsimha Dev Bhagwan ki jai. So Krishna is everything. It is total package. For any problem, Krishna is there. Only thing we should have faith. So this is also, you can see Srivas Thakur, even his son's death was totally immaterial. He was not even concerned. And he told his other family members, please don't cry so that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu doesn't get disturbed. So this should be our mood also. Small problems, don't worry. Krishna is there. Okay, and if we become Krishna consciousness, that is the highest perfection of life. What else? Yeah. So it's already 9:04. Before that, I'll just another pastime of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So there was one brahmachari, okay, a very good brahmachari, very austere, very tapasvi. Okay, he came to know that in Srivas Angan there is everyday kirtan happening, and he wanted to get he just wanted to get a glimpse of it, and he was very very nice devotee. So he requested Srivas Thakur that please Srivas Thakur just allow me to have a glimpse of this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's kirtan. But Srivas Thakur told him strictly that it is not allowed. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has selected devotees, only those can come and take darshan. And he told, the brahmachari told, please, I'm really, like I only have milk. I don't have anything else. I just have milk. That is my tapasya. And I am totally chanting Hare Krishna only. So please give me a chance. So when he said this, Srivas Thakur also felt, okay, let me try. So what he said, I'll tell you a place, you just hide there, and from the small opening, you just have a look. Okay, and don't make any noise and don't come inside. So he said, okay, that is fine for me. So again, that night, this brahmachari came, Tapasvi brahmachari, who used to only drink milk. So he hid behind where the Srivas Thakur told him, and from that opening, he started watching the kirtan. And again, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, today something unusual is happening, I am not enjoying this kirtan. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is the Supreme Lord, he comes to know. So wherever there is, wherever he feels there is something which he doesn't want, he doesn't feel comfortable. And again that day, he started saying that today I am not getting the rasa in the kirtan, I am not feeling like dancing. And that time, Srivas Thakur again told him, yes, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I did a mistake. There is one person who is uninvited by you, but I invited him because he was requesting. So he said, call that brahmachari. So that brahmachari came, and he fell at the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he said, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I actually wanted to see your kirtan, and I am very austere. I don't eat anything, not grain also. I only have milk. So this is my tapasya, and I always chant Hare Krishna. And that time Chaitanya Mahaprabhu got very angry. He said, by just drinking milk and doing this tapasya, you think you can get bhakti? So sometimes we think we do a lot of tapasya, right? By doing tapasya, he said, you cannot get me. Just because you are drinking milk, that is your tapasya, and you think I will be impressed with that. So that brahmachari was very, very humble. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said this, he felt, okay, yeah, this was my mistake. And he, in a very humble mood, he agreed to what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, and he started walking away from there. He did not argue with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He did not say that I am doing so much tapasya and you are not ready to accept me. He accepted what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, and he started walking. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he saw that this person is so humble and is ready to accept what I said, that time Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, stop. Okay, and he gave him his mercy. So this is what, like when we have humility, okay, that's the result when our seniors, they correct us, what we should take it in the right spirit. We should not argue. Many a times, what happens, we do not like to be corrected. We think what I am doing is the final thing. Okay, because I have read Prabhupada books. Prabhupada says I should do this, I am doing that. But our seniors actually know what is good for us and what is bad for us, because we are all not at the same level. Okay, a KG1 student, if he says I will solve algorithm or theorems, will the teacher allow? The teacher will say no, it is still time. You have to go from KG1, first, second, 10. That time you can solve your algorithm problems. You may be intelligent, but you go it slowly. So similarly, a lot of times devotees, seniors, they instruct us. So we have to follow it that way. Instead of that, if you think, no, I have continued my bhakti from last life. Okay, I have reached 99%. Now this is my 1%. So I can do what I want. We may think that way. But then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will not accept. That's the reason. What is the highest teaching? Trinadapi Sunichena, Karo Riva Sahishnuna, Amanina Manadena, Kirtaniya Sadavadi. We should be more humble than a blade of grass, more tolerant than a tree, and offer all respects without accepting any respect. But what we do? Everything is ulta. We accept others should be more humble than a blade of grass. मैं पैर रखूंगा तो और झुक जाओ. Amani na manadena. You give me all respect. I am a senior. I can do whatever I want. So what happens? इधर ही पूरा मामला गड़बड़ हो जाता है. So instead of getting mercy, we get thrown away. And finally, one most important, what you call lila, which is very, very important. Like how important it is to be avoid Vaishnava aparadha. Okay, if you sin, holy name can help you overcome the sin. But Vaishnava aparadha is something that even holy name cannot help you, not even Lord can help you. So what happened when Srivas Thakur, everybody started respecting him, there was one Brahmana by name Gopal Chappal. So he got very envious. So in Shastra they say we have 6 anarthas, right? Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Mad, Matsarya. So it is said that there are 5 of these which can be used in the service of Krishna. Okay, these 5 anarthas, you can use it in the service of Krishna. But there is one anartha, that is envy. Envy cannot be used in the service of Krishna. So please never get envious of a Vaishnava. In fact, of nobody. because everybody, Krishna is given whatever talent, whatever wealth, we have no right to be envious. So he became very envious of Shiva's Thakur, and he thought that I have to, what you call, somehow defame this person. I have to show that this person is not a devotee, he is a Pashanti, he is just acting to be devotee. So what he did, one night he went and threw lot of liquor, meat, all unwanted things outside the house of Shiva's Thakur. So what will happen? Next morning people will come, and when they see all these nonsense things, they will say, Shiva's Thakur is not a devotee, he is not a Vaishnava. All night they do all this nonsense, they eat meat, they drink liquor, they bring women, and they show to be a devotee, and that's the reason they close the door and do all this nonsense. So that was his plan. So he came and he threw everything and he went. So next morning when Shiva's Thakur woke up and he opened the door, he saw that, and what he did, he said, yes, I'm such a fallen soul. Look, this is all that I do. I'm not a Vaishnava. This is how Shiva's Thakur started saying about himself. But what happens, by the mercy of Krishna, all the people around, they said, no, this is not your thing. Somebody must have done this. So Krishna is there as a Paramatma in everybody's heart, right? So he only gives the intelligence. So he gave intelligence to all the people who saw that. Instead of blaming Srivas, they said, no Srivas, you can't, it's not you. It is impossible that you will do this. It is some people who are trying to spoil your name. So they only came, they cleared everything, they put all that cow dung and they made again purify the place. That day, when after this incident, immediately this Gopal Chapal, he was infected with Kushta Roga. He got leprosy. So imagine Vaishnava Aparadha, how dangerous it is. So he got leprosy, and his state was so bad, that his entire body part started melting. His nose, he got disfigured, his ears, everything got disfigured, and he was thrown out of the village. Now the person who wanted to defame Srivas Thakur, who wanted to spoil his name, so that he will be thrown out of the village of Navadvip, what happened? He got thrown out. So see the effect. And what he did, he started staying at the banks of Ganges and was suffering like anything. It was very, very painful. And that once Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was passing from there, and he fell, when he saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he fell at the lotus feet and he said, please forgive me, I have done a big aparadh. So what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, no way. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu got even more angry. He said, you have tried to offend my devotee, you will suffer in hell for eternity. This was a curse given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we say Mahabadanyaya. Who Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is? Mahabadanyaya. But that same Mahabadanyaya, when it comes to his pure devotees, what happens? He even gets more ferocious than Narasimha Dev. So please don't take it for granted that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will forgive. He will forgive you, you are sinful. You may be having lot of anarthas, due to which you may be committing some sins. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will readily excuse you. But if you actually commit a Vaishnava aparadh, then we have no hope. So whatever little bhakti we have got, it will be totally pulled away by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And finally, he fell at the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and said, please, if you forsake me, if you throw me away, then I have no hope. He said, I can't forgive you because you have committed Vaishnava aparadh. The only person who can forgive you is who? Srivas Thakur himself. So you can see even in Durvasa Muni's case, when he offended Amrish Maharaj, when he offended Amrish Maharaj, who forgave him? He went up till Vaikuntha Loka. Even the Sudarshan was after him. And what did Vishnu say? That you have offended my devotee. So the only person who can forgive you is the devotee. And devotees are such people. Amrish Maharaj said, no, where you offended me? In fact, I am sorry. And he fell at the lotus feet of Durvasa Muni. This is the quality of a Vaishnava. So here, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told him, the only person who can forgive you or can help you is who? Srivas Thakur. So when he heard this, he ran to Srivas' house and he fell at the lotus feet of Srivas Thakur. And what did Srivas Thakur do? He embraced him and he said, no, where you offended me? There was no any offense against me. In the moment he embraced, that entire leprosy was gone and he became totally like normal human being. His entire body was restored. and that is how he became a wonderful Vaishnava. So we are always in amidst Vaishnavas. So please be careful because Vaishnavas are the most powerful people and most dear to Krishna. So when you offend a Vaishnava, then Krishna doesn't like it. So if Krishna doesn't like something, you should not do that, right? So we should always have loving relationship between Vaishnava. We should always cooperate among Vaishnavas. And we are all here to help each other to go back to Godhead, right? अकेले नहीं जा सकते हम लोग. We don't have so much strength. We don't have so much power. If we are left alone for some times, and you can just see what kind of bhakti we do. When we are alone, we say, "अरे बाद में करते हैं," we go to sleep. But when we are amongst devotees, see the way we do our chanting, see the way we are doing our bhakti. So it's only in the association of devotees we can progress. Alone, हम लोग ना घर के ना घाट के, neither materially will be okay, nor spiritually. So please do not take this what you call gift of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which was given to us by Prabhupada, lightly. It's very, very what you call. It's a jewel that you cannot purchase with your material wealth. It is a mercy. This Krishna Bhakti, like Srivas Thakur, Nimai Pandit said, no, by your mercy, one day I will become a devotee. So by the mercy of all the Vaishnavas' prayers and blessing, one day we will become a devotee. But to become that devotee, we need to make sure that we do not commit any Vaishnava aparadha. So that should be always on back of our mind. Every single, and don't think and don't try to find out ये Vaishnava है या ये नहीं है. Consider everybody as a Vaishnava. Otherwise, if you think this person doesn't look like a Vaishnava, like, okay, let me commit some aparadha here. ऐसा नहीं. Consider everybody as a Vaishnava. Okay? Because Krishna knows what is there in our heart. Okay? We think we are Vaishnava, but we are very far, far away from that. Because once Prabhupada said, if there is any devotee in this entire movement, it is me. Srila Prabhupada said that. There is only one devotee in this entire movement, and that is me. Right? And we are all trying to be devotees. हम लोग भक्त बनने का प्रयास कर रहे हैं. So उस प्रयास में कभी घमंड मत करना कि हाँ अभी मैं 16 माला जाप करता हूँ, मुझे गुरु कृपा मिल गई है. No, we are trying to be devotees. And when we have this mode, now we will actually progress. And that is the time we will please Krishna. So this is the glories of Srivas Thakur. So like the way we study about so many film stars, cricketers, we should now develop an interest to study the entire. Actually, it is said this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement, it is like a tree. Okay, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a tree himself and the gardener. And in the tree there are a lot of branches, leaves, and all these branches, leaves are nothing but the associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So like every time you see appearance day of so and so, try to find out try to read about those devotees. The way we try to know, Tendulkar का birthday है, कभी शादी हुआ था, उसके 2 बच्चे हैं, and we become very interested, right? So ये लोग कोई फायदा नहीं है. If that same time energy spent in studying our acharyas, who they are, how they spread this movement, what all they have done for us, it will purify us, and that knowledge will help us, and it is like glorifying them. So your time, energy, instead of running after all these unwanted celebrities, let us run after the real acharya. They are what you call vancha kalpa tarubhyascha kripa sindhu ke evacha patita nam pavnebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo. They are patita pavan. They can purify us. So always when you see a calendar and you say, today is so Acharya's day, go to Google. You can even on YouTube they will get so many lectures from our Maharaj. Listen to them. Meditate upon them. That will help us. Okay? So Srivas Thakur ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Pita Shri Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. So yeah, stop here.